Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up because we're diving headfirst into one of the most explosive moments in daytime television history that has the internet absolutely ablaze. Picture this, it's a crisp morning in the heart of New York City, and the iconic stage of The View is buzzing with its usual mix of laughter, applause, and that signature blend of sharp wit and unfiltered opinions. The co-hosts Joy Behar, Whoopi Goldberg, Sunny Hostin, Sarah Haynes, and Alyssa Farah Griffina are seated in their familiar semicircle, sipping coffee and trading barbs as the audience settles in for what they think will be just another celebrity chat. But today, September 18, 2025, the guest list includes none other than Hollywood's eternal action hero, Tom Cruise, fresh off the promotional trail for his latest high-octane blockbuster, Mission: Impossible 8: Dead Reckoning Part 3. Which shattered box office records last weekend with over $500 million in global earnings. Tom's there to talk stunts, Scientology's influence on his career. Wait, no, he's there to plug the movie, but as we all know, with Joy Behar at the helm, nothing stays on script for long. The viral clip that's racked up 150 million views on TikTok, Twitter and YouTube in under 24 hours starts innocently enough. Whoopi kicks things off with her booming laugh, introducing Tom as the man who makes jumping off buildings look like a morning jog. The crowd erupts in cheers, and Tom flashes that megawatt smile, the one that's charmed audiences from Top Gun to Jerry Maguire. He settles into the hot seat, looking dapper in a tailored navy suit, his hair perfectly coiffed, exuding that effortless charisma that's kept him at the top for 4 decades. Joy, ever the provocateur with her signature red lipstick and no-nonsense bob, leans in with a twinkle in her eye, saying, "Tom, we've missed you on the show. Last time you were here, back in 2005, you were jumping on Oprah's couch. You cared to jump on mine today?" The audience howls, and Tom chuckles politely, waving it off with a self-deprecating quip about how he's saved all his jumps for the big screen now. But beneath the banter, there's a palpable tension simmering. You see, just days prior, a resurfaced clip from that 2005 appearance had gone viral again, reignited by a podcast episode where Joy casually remarked that Tom's Scientology devotion was fascinating but a bit cold. Why? Fans on both sides, Tom's diehards and Joy's loyalists, had been duking it out online, with hashtags like #TeamCruise and #JoyTellsIt-like-it-is trending worldwide. As the segment rolls on, Whoopi steers the conversation to the movie, asking about the film's groundbreaking practical effects, and Tom dives in with infectious enthusiasm, describing a harrowing helicopter sequence filmed in the Alps where he personally piloted the chopper through a blizzard. It was -20 degrees, wind whipping at 80 miles an hour, but that's the magic of real risk for real thrills, he says, his eyes lighting up like a kid in a candy store. The co-hosts nod appreciatively, Sarah gushing about how it makes CGI look lazy by comparison. But Joy, who's been unusually quiet, sips her water and interjects with a sly smile, "Tom, speaking of risks, isn't Scientology a bit of a leap of faith? I mean, after all these years, do you ever worry about jumping too far?" The studio falls into a split-second hush, the audience sensing the pivot from fluff to fireworks. Tom's smile doesn't falter, but his jaw tightens ever so slightly, a telltale sign for those who know him well. He responds smoothly, "Joy, faith is what gets us through the impossible missions in life and on screen. It's personal, you know, but the seed is planted, and as the cameras capture every micro-expression, the internet is already exploding with live tweet reactions. Oh snap, Joy went there. And Tom's about to go full maverick on her." Little do they know, this is just the calm before the storm that will redefine live TV meltdowns forever. As the applause dies down from Tom's deft deflection, the segment barrels forward, but Joy Behar, the queen of unapologetic jabs, isn't one to let a good zinger fizzle out unanswered. She's been in the game since the 90s, dishing dirt on everyone from politicians to pop stars, and at 83, her timing is sharper than ever. With the show's theme music subtly underscoring the energy, Sunny Hostin chimes in about the film's diverse cast, praising the inclusion of non-binary actor Blue Ivy Carter in a pivotal role, and Tom nods vigorously, crediting director Christopher McQuarrie for pushing boundaries. Inclusivity isn't a buzzword, it's essential for storytelling that resonates globally, he declares, earning murmurs of agreement from the panel. Alyssa, the conservative voice, probes about the movie's subtle anti-establishment themes, drawing parallels to Tom's real-life battles with the Hollywood elite over creative control. Tom leans back, crossing his legs, and launches into a passionate monologue about artistic integrity, recounting how he fought tooth and nail against studio execs who wanted to greenlight a sanitized version of the script. "I said no to a billion-dollar deal because it meant compromising the vision. Life's too short for half measures," he says, his voice rising with that trademark intensity. The audience is eating it up, clapping along as Whoopi high-fives him across the desk. But Joy, twirling her pen like a baton, waits for her moment. When Sarah Haynes asks Tom about his infamous couch-jumping era and whether he's mellowed with age, he laughs it off, admitting, "Hey, passion looks different at 63 than at 43, but it's still theory-fueled by Zenu and a good espresso." The room chuckles, but Joy pounces, "Zenu? Oh, Tom, come on, that space opera stuff, aliens and volcanoes? It's like if I said my Italian nonna was abducted by the Pope in a hot air balloon." Entertaining, but do you really believe it? The words hang in the air like a stunt wire snapping midair. Tom's eyes narrow, the first crack in his polished facade, and the co-hosts freeze, a Whoopi shooting Joy a sideways glance that screams "not now," while Sunny bites her lip to stifle a gasp. The audience shifts uncomfortably, a few nervous titters escaping, but Tom recovers with a measured tone. "Joy, beliefs are sacred. Mine have guided me through divorces, crashes, and comebacks. Yours might be stand-up comedy and Jersey attitude. Mine's a path to clarity." It's a gentle pushback, but the viral exchange has officially ignited. Cameras zoom in as Joy doubles down, her Brooklyn accent thickening with festiness. "Clarity, Tom? Clarity is seeing through the BS. Scientology's taken more hits than your stunt double S lawsuits. Ex-members spilling tea. Isn't it time for a plot twist?" The studio lights seem to dim under the weight of the moment, and online, the clip is already being dissected frame by frame. Fans flood comment sections. Joy's savage F versus "Leave Tom alone, he's a legend." As the commercial break looms, Tom sips his water, his knuckles whitening around the glass, whispering to himself the mantra that's carried him through War of the Worlds press tours and Edge of Tomorrow reshoots: "Stay in the moment, breathe." But Joy's not done, she's just warming up, and the Views Live feed ensures every heartbeat of drama beams straight to millions. This isn't banter anymore, it's a collision of titans, with Tom's unshakable poise clashing against Joy's bulldog tenacity, setting the stage for the eruption that's about to make headlines from LA to London. Post-break, the energy in the studio is electric, like the hush before a blockbuster premiere's first chase scene. The band strikes up a light jazz riff to ease back in, and Whoopi, ever the maestro, pivots hard to safer waters. Tom's philanthropy, specifically his daredevil stunts raising millions for underprivileged kids and action sports programs. Tom softens, his posture relaxing as he shares heartwarming anecdotes about mentoring young athletes in Harlem, how one kid's first skydive mirrored his own breakthrough in Vanilla Sky. "It's not about the fame, it's paying it forward," he says, and the panel melts, a Sarah tearing up, Alyssa praising his off-screen heroism. For a blissful minute, it feels like the tension evaporated with the coffee steam. But Joy Behar, perched like a hawk on her stool, has that gleam, the one that says she's about to drop a payload, as Alyssa wraps her question on Tom's enduring appeal, gushing about how he's the last true movie star in a streamer-dominated world. Joy interrupts with a theatrical sigh. "Appeal? Sure, Tom's got charisma for days, but let's talk real appeal, a transparency. Tom, you've dodged Scientology questions since Katie left, but with all the expose-copyrights out there, like Leah Remini's book hitting bestseller lists again last month, don't you owe fans the unedited director's cut?" The audience gasps collectively, a wave of whispers rippling through the seats. Tom's face, usually a canvas of controlled emotion, flushes, a rare sight for the man who's stared down Tom Hanks in interviews without blinking. He sets down his mug with deliberate slowness, leaning forward, his voice steady but laced with steel. "Joy, Transparency is a two-way street. You've built a career on hot takes, fair enough, but my faith, it's private. Like your views on everything from Trump to tiramisu. I don't pry into your rosary beads. The zinger lands, drawing scattered laughs, but Joy fires back undeterred. Rosary? Honey, I left that for pasta. But Scientology? It's public domain now. Auditing sessions, billion-year contracts. Fans love you, but they're whispering, is Tom for real, or is this the ultimate method acting? The exchange crackles, co-hosts interjecting futilely, a Sunny trying to mediate with let's keep it light, ladies and gents, but it's too late. Tom's eyes flash with that Maverick fire, the one from Top Gun, Maverick's dogfight scenes, and he retorts, method acting? Try living it, Joy. I've hung from wires, learned to fly jets. A Scientology gave me the tools to conquer fear. What's your excuse for fear-mongering on national TV? The crowd is split, half cheering Tom's defense, half murmuring in shock at the personal dig. Online, the live stream chat explodes, emojis flying, all caps rants about protect Tom at all costs. Versus Joy's spilling truth serum. Whoopi calls for calm, but the viral moment is cemented. That 30-second clip of Tom's pointed finger and Joy's defiant smirk, already remixed into memes with Mission Impossible theme music. As the segment teeters on the edge, Tom glances at his watch, a subtle signal he's calculating escape vectors, much like Ethan Hunt plotting extractions. Joy, sensing victory, presses, fear-mongering? I'm just asking what America wants to know after 40 years. Is the church auditing your soul or your wallet? The studio holds its breath, the air thick with unspoken histories. Tom's 2005 couch leap for Katie Holmes, Joy's own tangles with controversy over her atheist trance. This isn't just talk, it's a cultural fault line cracking open, with Tom's legacy on one side and Joy's unfiltered authenticity on the other, hurtling toward the inevitable blast. The escalation hits warp speed now. The view set transforming from cozy chat den to gladiatorial arena under the unforgiving glare of overhead lights. Sarah Haynes, bless her diplomatic soul, attempts a Hail Mary by gushing over Tom's upcoming projects, a biopic on aviation pioneer Amelia Earhart where he's rumored to fly vintage planes himself, but Tom barely registers it, his focus laser-locked on Joy. She's leaning in, elbows on the desk, her voice rising an octave. Come on, Tom. Level with us. That viral clip from your Oprah days, it wasn't passion, it was propaganda for a religion that sued more critics than you've sued tabloids. Remember the time you called Brooke Shields irresponsible for postpartum meds? That was peak Scientology speaker anti-psychiatry vibes. Fans deserve better than deflection. The audience is on pins and needles, a few bold souls shouting tell her, Joy, while others counter with let Tom talk. Tom's response is a masterclass in restrained fury. He uncrosses his legs, planting both feet firmly, his baritone dropping low. Joy, that was 20 years ago, a different time, different battles. Brooke and I reconciled. Life's about growth, not grudges. But you're dredging up ancient history to score points on live TV. Is this journalism or just Jersey Shore confessionals? A waft of the audience inhales sharply. A ripple of awkward applause breaking out. Whoopi slams her hand lightly on the desk, half laughing, half pleading, okay, we're all friends here. Tom, Joy, hugs not slugs. But the damage is done. Joy's cheeks flush, her wit sharpening to a stiletto. Jersey Shore? Low blow. Cruise. At least Snooki's honest about her drama. Your church? It's got more NDAs than a Weinstein party. Ex-members like Mike Rinder spilling on disconnection. Policiesa families torn apart. How's that for growth? Tom's composure fractures visibly now, his hand gesturing animatedly as if conducting an invisible orchestra of rebuttals. Disconnection? That's a distortion. Joy, a personal choices, not mandates. I've built bridges, not walls. Reunited with exes, mentored stars like Chris Hemsworth on set. Discipline rooted in my beliefs. You're twisting narratives like a bad sequel. The View used to be about views, not vendettas. The viral exchange peaks here, captured in Ultra HD, Tom's veins pulsing in his neck, Joy's eyes sparkling with unyielding challenge, the co-hosts frozen like statues in a wax museum. Online, It's pandemonium, erratic threads dissecting every syllable, X-polls asking who won the clapback. With Tom leading 60-40, Alyssa whispers to Sonny, "This is Golda or gasoline," as the band cues the transition music prematurely. Tom stands halfway, mic in hand, ready to bolt like in a heist flick, but Joy delivers the coup de grace. Vendettas? Nah, just vintage Joy calling out when Hollywood's golden boy hides behind halo effects. Spill or skedaddle, Tom. The studio erupts in a cacophony of cheers, boos, and bewildered chatter. The live feed glitching momentarily from the sheer bandwidth surge of viewers tuning in. This moment, frozen in digital amber, isn't just drama, it's a referendum on celebrity sanctity versus media muckraking, with Tom's ironclad image teetering and Joy's irreverence reigning supreme. As security hovers discreetly off camera, the clock ticks down, but the real timer is on Tom's legendary cool, about to zero out in spectacular fashion. Boom of the eruption we've all been breathlessly awaiting detonates like a tomahawk missile in slow motion, shattering the fragile veneer of civility that's barely held this segment together. Tom Cruise, the man who's dangled from Burj Khalifa ledges and outrun CGI explosions without breaking a sweat, surges to his feet, chair scraping back with a screech that echoes like feedback in a stadium. His face, a storm cloud of righteous indignation, towers over the desk as he points a finger not accusing, but emphatica at Joy. "Enough, Joy. You've ambushed me with this ambush journalism for clicks and controversy. Scientology saved my life. You pulled me from the brink after crashes, losses, the grind of this insane industry. You sit there, judging from your pedestal of punchlines, but you've got no idea the wars I've fought in silence." The audience is a powder keg now, half on their feet, phones aloft capturing the chaos. Screams of "Tom, Tom," clashing with "Get her, Joy." Like rival fan sections at a Super Bowl. Joy, unflinching, rises to, her diminutive frame belying a giant squall. "Saved your life?" Or scripted it? America sees through the smoke and mirrors. Toma, from your love life to your lawsuits, if it's so pure, why the paranoia? Answer the damn question. Whippy's on her feet now, arms waving like a traffic cop in a typhoon. Whoa, time out. We're cutting to commercial. I love you both, but cool it. But Tom's not hearing it. Adrenaline courses through him like jet fuel, his voice booming over the din. "Paranoia? That's your projection, Joy. I've given everything, a body, soul, box office billions to entertain, inspire, and you repay it with this, a hit piece disguised as chit-chat. I'm done with the cynicism, the gotchas. Watch the movie, or better yet, look in the mirror." With that, he rips off his mic pack, tossing it onto the chair not violently, but decisively, like shedding a parachute after a safe landing. The co-hosts are a tableau of shock, Sonny's mouth agape, Sarah fanning herself with a script page, Alyssa murmuring historic meltdown under her breath. Security materializes from the wings, not grabbing Tom but escorting him with respectful nods, as he strides toward the exit, pausing only to blow a kiss to the stunned crowd. "Thanks for the love, folks." Clear eyes, full hearts always. Joy, still standing, calls after him with a mix of triumph and twinge, "Run along, Maverick."